Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a beautiful morning. It's a little chilly outside, but I wanted to do an update video on the S60R that we had XeMODeX repair the modules for us. I've been driving it for a month now, and quite a bit actually. Me and my wife have been driving it, and yeah, I want to do an update on it. So this video is going to be sponsored by XeMODeX. Obviously they helped me out a lot with this project, so I just wanted to give you guys an update how the modules that they repaired are doing, the brake module that they repaired, and then also the engine control module. So yeah, stay tuned. So if as many of you guys know, first problem we had was this brake module right here. We had the ABS service brake or like I don't remember, but the message on the dash was brake failure, stop immediately or something like that, and there was another message. And then yeah, we did some diagnosis. We went through XeMODeX technician, Josh, I believe his name is. He emailed me, told me to check a few things, so I ended up sending out the brake control module to them. They repaired that for me, and then after a while my ECM failed. As you guys know, I had symptoms, meaning like all of a sudden the car would not start. It would crank but would not start. It would show random messages: service traction control, service transmission, and then like I would have to do a immobilizer reset procedure that I posted on my video in my channel, and then it would start. But then all of a sudden when it was really hot, I pulled it up to my shop to finish up the suspension conversion, you know, because I took out the 4C struts, put the regular struts on it with the S60R springs, and then I put the resistors on this side, on the front and in the back, and then it would not start. It would crank but not start. I tried the immobilizer reset procedure, nothing worked. So again, I ended up contacting XeMODeX technician, and he told me to check a few things, and then he told me to send out the CEM, central control module, and then the ECM with the key. So I sent it out to them. They tested it. The CEM tested out good, and the ECM was completely dead. So he did a program transfer from my old one to this one, and yeah, I installed it and it's fine now. I've been driving it for a month. This car runs beautifully, I'm telling you. There's a few hiccups I did. I'm going to touch on that really quick in a little bit, but those hiccups had nothing to do with the modules. The modules are performing great. So yeah, I'm going to start the car up for you guys so you guys can see for yourself. If I can find my key where I put it. Actually, it's probably in the car. Yep, it sure is. Okay, let's start this car up. As you guys can see, there's absolutely no lights on the dash. This car runs beautifully, no issues at all. So you rev it up as much as you want, no issues. So yeah, I've been driving it to work, and then when I got home, my wife drove this car around. We kind of just decided to take this car and put some mileage on it instead of putting some mileage on the newer cars that we have. Not that we really care, but yeah, we've been driving this one as much as we can. I think we put over 1,000 miles on it in the last month or so. So yeah, we really wanted to check this car. I've been driving it, and yeah, in the beginning we had some hiccups. Like I said, I'm gonna touch on it a little in a second, but yeah, the modules are performing great. No lights, as you can see. The brake module is working perfectly, the engine control module working perfectly. So this car is running great, so I'm really confident that this car is 100% fixed. So now I'm just gonna get to the cosmetics to touch up some cosmetic stuff that's wrong with this car. But other than that, yeah, thanks to XeMODeX, they really saved this car, because like you guys, I repeated it many times in my videos, I was gonna part it out. I was this close to parting it out. So yeah, thank you XeMODeX again. Okay, now let's touch on the issue that we had. So right when we fixed everything, obviously the module started working properly, because when that ECM was bad, it was throwing all kinds of codes, underboost codes. I don't think it was throwing overboost. It was throwing a bunch of different communication codes and all that. So I was messing with, when I had the underboost code, I just tightened the wastegate actuator right there. I tightened it, and yeah, I never really messed with it afterwards. But after we got the ECM repaired, obviously I cleared all the codes, and once in a while I would get boost control issue. So obviously I checked my this guy here. I have IPD one. I accidentally broke my stock one, so I have the IPD one. I found out that the hoses were mixed up, so I fixed that. I opened this module, this PCV up, and I cleaned it. I threw the mesh out, which probably wasn't a great idea, but yeah, anyways, it's working fine now. But even after I swapped it, I still had a boost issue. But yeah, I went back to my wastegate and I loosened it back once because I think it wasn't letting off boost. It was constantly boosting when it's supposed to let off. So yeah, I had to kind of loosen up the wastegate one turn. So if you have a boost control issue and you swap this and you still have that code, it could be your wastegate. If you messed with your wastegate, that could be your issue. So make sure you don't tighten it too much. Loosen it up if you still have that issue, if you were messing with it. If you were swapping a turbo and you were adjusting the wastegate, or you were messing with the wastegate. So yeah, that may be helpful to one of you guys. But yeah, that was the only 2 hiccups I did after I routed these properly, the boost lines to the boost controller, and then adjusted the wastegate. This car has been running perfectly, pretty much. No oil leaks anywhere. Obviously, as you guys know, I rebuilt this engine, new head gasket, and I did the timing belt, water pump on this. PCV system is new, radiator hose is new, thermostat is new, transmission has been rebuilt. I believe it was fully rebuilt. I don't think it was just a valve body swap. But yeah, this car had motor mounts that are new, full suspension pretty much, like shocks. You know, I did the conversion like I spoke about with the with the resistors. So I have no codes for the suspension, because I really was not trying to spend almost $2,000 for just shocks. So I just did the conversion. I kept the S60R springs, but just put the regular shocks on it. So yeah, this car is great. Have not given me any issues since. I've been driving it, like I said, for 1,000 miles now. No issues at all. This car, has been awesome. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep it. Like, I have no intention of selling it now. When I was fixing it, I was kind of contemplating, between selling the car and just putting the money into this, the red car. But now it's kind of like, do I really want to do that? Because this is a great work car. It has a bunch of mileage. I don't really care about putting mileage on it. It's a great daily. This car, how much stuff I did to it just to sell it now. It's kind of like, sell a perfectly good car now to somebody so they can enjoy it. It's a good thing, I guess, but for me it's not, because how much time and effort I put into this car is just, it's just not worth selling. I think I'm gonna keep it, most likely, maybe put some mods on it and just have some fun with it. I shimmed the block, obviously, so yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I try to every repair I did, I try to document it on this car, because I know a lot of people are having issues with the P2s body styles, especially the electrical, the wiring and electrical stuff. Like the modules probably just the 2004 probably been the most notorious one, but like wiring and stuff and codes of different varieties, and people are looking, it's a lot of money to repair these cars, and that's why a lot of these cars get scrapped, because people can't figure it out, and it gets so expensive that people are like, man, screw this, I'm just gonna scrap it, part it out or something, like kind of like I almost did. And I work on cars, I went to school for it, I worked for a few dealerships, and I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm always learning, but yeah, I almost parted it out. How much work and effort I put into it, time and money and all that, it just got to a point where I was like, man, I don't want to deal with this. I can only imagine for somebody that don't really work on cars like I do, and have to run into these kind of issues. I can't imagine how those people feel, spending the time, the money, and videos like this, like mine, they actually help a lot of people. It saves them a lot of money and time, on their car, and enables them to fix their own car. So I make a lot of videos on these S60Rs, on the new ones, any repairs that I'll be making, I'll be posting, because you know, it will save you guys a lot of money, you know, and it will encourage people to keep the car, you know, to fix it and just move on, because repairing European cars, man, it can get really expensive really fast. But if people can learn to fix it in their, you know, on their own, maybe a lot of people will, you know, will keep them and save them and repair them and yeah, enjoy them, and we can have maybe a lot more of these cars. But yeah, because they're becoming rare and rare, you know, not a lot of people wanting to keep them, they just scrap them and they disappear. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Thanks to XeMODeX. I'm gonna post their links to the services for the repair modules and everything that they do for this car for repairs. Their technician is a great guy. He's really knowledgeable on these cars, what to test, where. He'll guide you through the procedures. Like, all the experience I had with XeMODeX has been great. Like, they've been one of the best company and people that I worked with, that have been really helpful, really nice, and like went out of their way to kind of help save this car, because they really care about, you know, saving these cars. You know, you can kind of tell that they're in it, you know, not really for the money, even though they obviously that's how they make their money, but you know, they're really there to help people. They put their time, like, in replying to your emails and messages, and it's just been awesome. Like, the customer service is on point, their repair technicians on, like, I can't say enough good things about them. So yeah, I you know, their help has been appreciated, and I'm always going to be back. If I have, you know, if I buy any more Volvos, I'm always going to be back to get some more parts from them and do the repairs, you know, on the module repairs and all that. I mean, this saved me a lot of money, trust me on that one. Instead of getting new modules and trying to figure everything out, spending all the money guessing and everything, they saved me a lot of money and time. So thank you, XeMODeX, and yeah, again, thank you guys for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and as usual, see you next time.